Hello and welcome to another episode of Tractor Bob's Tractor Reviews. Today we're going over one of the tractors in the YT3 series. There's actually two engine options that you can get in the YT3 series, the 347 and the 359. That's going to be a 47 horsepower and a 59 horsepower. Today we're looking at the 47. With us we have the cab option that you see here. That also comes with a non-cab option, which is essentially identical without the cab. Just one thing to note about the YT3 series tractors, they were designed by Ken Okuyama, and if you know who he is, then you know that he's a notorious car designer who designed the Enzo Ferrari, several of the Maseratis, Code cars, and just a really all-around great car designer. And this is kind of his take on an ergonomic and flagship designed tractor. So pretty excited because this guy has a lot of interesting technology on it, as we'll go over throughout the video. First, I'll just highlight a few of the standard features that really stand out on this particular tractor, and then we'll go into some of the actual nitty-gritty specification stuff. This tractor has an ergonomic design with an advanced control center, anti-stall technology, which is going to keep you working in the toughest conditions, independent moving speed and PTO control, otherwise known as AB mode, 10-year powertrain warranty, and perhaps the most unique to this tractor is the IHMT technology. It stands for Integrated Hydrostatic Mechanical Transmission. Okay, so now let's get started on specifications, starting with our engine and transmission. We have a Yanmar 4-cylinder liquid-cooled diesel engine, which is going to be a Tier 4 engine, and it's going to be rated at 46 horsepower. And our PTO power at 0 speed is 36.4 horsepower. A fuel tank of 12.7 gallons, the Yanmar Integrated Hydrostatic Mechanical Transmission, which is just an awesome transmission. It comes on a lot of different construction equipment out there, but it's very unique to this tractor. We're also going to have 3 range variability speed on this guy, 2-wheel and 4-wheel drive selectable, a rear differential lock foot pedal, power shift reverser, and rear PTO power of 540 RPM. Now for hydraulics. Our pump capacity for our steering is going to be 5.7 gallons per minute, and our pump capacity for attachments is going to be 10.1 gallons per minute. This guy is going to have fully hydraulic steering. It's going to lift a lot, which brings me to the next category, which is going to be the lifting specifications. We do have a 3-point hitch type, limited category 1. The 3-point lift capacity is 3,307 pounds. Our front lifting capacity is 2,500 pounds. And our breakout force for the front is going to be 4,000 pounds. Our bucket width for this tractor is going to be 72 inches, and it's going to have a dumping time of 1.6 seconds and a bucket raising time of 4.6 seconds with a clearance of 88 inches and a lifting height of 113 inches. That lifting height converted into feet is about 9.4 feet. And then lastly, for just the specs, we'll touch on dimension specs. We have a wheelbase of about 76 inches, a width of 71 inches, a length of 140 inches. We're going to have a total ground clearance of 13 inches, and it's going to weigh about 4,000 pounds more or less without the cab. I believe it's about 200 pounds more with the cab, so it's going to be about 4,200 pounds. You are going to get the standard skid steer style quick attach. So anything that you can put on a skid steer, with the exception of something that's going to be high flow, you can put on this guy. And the tractor that you see here in front of me has the front remotes already installed. You do have the front remotes that are pre-programmed into the loader control, which is just a really nice feature that comes on this tractor. But the front remotes, the actual hydraulic hosings aren't a standard feature. It's going to be about a $1,500 upgrade for that. So that's the only thing that's on this tractor that is not standard, along with the cab. Speaking of the cab, it's going to be one of the most airtight cabs that you're going to be able to get on the market. And the decibel rating is in the lower 80s, I believe. But all in all, this is a very, very nice, high quality cab, and you'll notice that it's actually curvilinear in design. The curvilinear nature actually is going to expand your field of view, giving you better visibility when it comes to these front tires, your rear tires, and your implements. The cab is also going to have a ton of different air vents in it. Counting here, you get 2, 4, 6, 8 vents total inside the cab, 4 in the front and then 4 in the middle. And then you're going to have full control over your temperature. It's going to be heated and air conditioned. And then for like a couple $100, we can put in a radio for you. The speakers are already pre-hardwired in. Basically what you have to buy is you just have to buy the component that actually plugs into the Yanmar cab. I kind of wish they made that a standard feature, just putting the radio in, especially because they already wire the speakers. The other nice thing about the cab is that the side windows open up, and so does the rear window. So this is what you would typically expect out of one of these cabs, but the thing that I like is the nice ceiling all the way around. When you close these windows, it feels very, very airtight. And because this tractor is designed by a very good designer, small features, even like the step that you get off the tractor with, are kind of thoughtful in not only the implementation, but also the aesthetic. Your cab will lock fully, so if you're keeping this thing outside for a certain period of time, you can keep your cab locked up nice and tight. Let me just touch on some of the benefits that you get with the IHMT transmission. You get a high power transfer ratio, repeatable operating speed, low fuel consumption due to transmission efficiencies, a stepless main shift. You're going to run the best speed possible for your implements at any given time, especially when they go through kind of max load zones. Your speed's going to vary based on those loads automatically. You're going to have clutchless shifting as a standard feature that comes on this tractor, and the vehicle is going to be able to stop without the clutch. Again, this is uncommon to any other tractor on the market today. This is specifically kind of a Yanmar feature, and that's one of the things that really make this tractor stand out spec-wise, but also plain performance-wise. One of the things that I probably should explain a little bit more in depth is the A/B modes that come on the 347. You can actually set your motion speed and your PTO speed to separate modes. So the A mode is going to be your engine speed, the B mode is going to be your PTO speed, and what that allows you to do is kind of move at a crawling pace, but have the PTO speed be as high as possible. That's going to be really, really nice when you're out there brush hogging or doing a variation of different types of work. The next thing is the rear remotes that come built in with the tractor. There's actually 2 levers here on my right hand side, and these guys are going to allow the rear implements to be controlled. And it does come with 2 hydraulic inputs that you can plug your rear implements into. And as I said before, this guy is wired for the front remotes. That does not come standard. The actual hydraulic inputs don't come standard. What does come standard is the front loader control. It actually has 2 buttons on it, A and B as well. And that basically stands for, flow in, flow out. And then it has an auto throttle, which is actually one of my favorite features, because that auto throttle allows you to raise the bucket more rapidly when you're going slow. And you'll hear the engine pick up, and that auto throttle will get engaged, and it'll increase your raising time when it comes to dirt work and that kind of stuff. There's a lot of different situations when the auto throttle will come in handy for you. And then the steering wheel does raise and lower. I really like how low the steering wheel goes. is just really comfortable because you can basically drive it with your hands resting on the armrest. And the next thing is going to be this shuttle shift, which is what I call it. Not everybody calls it that, but forward, reverse. We used one of these tractors on the yard for quite a while, and then we sold it at a discounted rate. But that tractor was really nice to operate when we were towing around trailers, because we could be in that forward position, you know, going 2-3 miles an hour, and then instantly throw it into reverse, and the transmission would just adapt to that change immediately and slowly shift from that forward to reverse position. It just allows the tractor to be easier to operate and allows you to operate it more accurately. It's a really, really simple tractor to operate at the end of the day. There's all these fancy features that come on it, but none of it seems overbearing when you're using it as the operator. There is a parking brake over here on my right hand side. You're going to be using that a lot just as a safety precaution. 4-wheel drive on off, PTO on off, and then your 3 ranges right over here on your right hand side, exactly where you'd want them, out of the way, and you still get nice big spacious compartments. This on off PTO switch, I just like the way that it works. It's extremely simple to use because you just tap it and the PTO turns off automatically. The front end loader lock, there's going to be a front end loader lock down here at the bottom. That's going to be a nice safety feature if you don't want to accidentally touch the front end loader and have it drop. And then right behind that is a nice big compartment that is perfect for like a set of keys, maybe a walkie-talkie. I always put the walkie-talkies that we carry around in that compartment, and it works really, really nicely. All around, this cab is a very spacious cab, and the floorboard is relatively large. You can be a pretty large person. You can be 6'6", 6'8", and still feel pretty comfortable in this tractor. The seat does move forward and back, and it is an air ride seat, which is just going to use some of that anti-vibration that comes on this tractor. I had a customer one time come to me and said that they had their 347 had gone in the river because they had a brush hog on the back, and he got up on top of a log in kind of a wet area, and he slid down the embankment, and the whole back of his tractor was in the mud up to the floorboard. And this is the exact same tractor that I'm in now. Of course, it was the tractor that he owned, not this brand new one. He said that he just put that thing into 4-wheel drive, set it into really low gear, and was able to crawl out of that thick mud with no problem whatsoever. And he was just talking to me for like an hour, bragging about how much he loved the capabilities and capacities that this tractor can handle. And honestly, it's one of those things that once you drive it around for a little bit, you kind of start to get the point of some of the design decisions and some of the extreme engineering that's behind this tractor. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Tractor Bob's Tractor Reviews on the YT347 Cab. Like and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the videos that we're putting out there. Until the next one, see you later, guys. God bless.